welcome along to the fascinating Nurburgring GP layout circuit. It's the German Grand Prix for the IWTR World Formula Series Season 2, round number 5 of the championship. I'm still your host and your commentator, Pausa, again, this time around. As this track, it does have a lot of memories on, especially at the north side and also the GP Strecke, as it was called currently. This layout of the Nurburgring GP Strecke is a 5.1 kilometer circuit, or about 3.1 miles, I believe. 50 corners, 9 to the right and 5 to the left. It hosted some of the classic races in the modern era, like in 2011 or in 2013. But as you see here, the 2013 cars are ready for all these 22 drivers ready for a battle here at the Nurburgring. So without further ado, let's go to the starting grid. So pole position is Adia Bacchus, who has a pretty good comeback for this after the qualifying session. And then alongside him is Henry Jack Brown, who was getting a lot of penalties for the last two races. He got the penalty. The biggest one is the Bahrain Grand Prix. Then Premier Pilch starts third, and then Zori Petrozan, a good qualifying for him, going to 4th place. And then the rest of the field we have Hoshi, Anderson, De Silva, Nisani, Johnson, Riga, Glazos, and then Witt, Bivona, Red Legend 35, for sure, Zavak. Qualifying session, he has probably some issues with the car, so he didn't do the right time that he wanted. So Cesar Cohn Jr., Matthew Falcon, Luca Farina, Dreammaster, Sepp Lips, and Kegler rounds off the grid. As always, after the traditions, we'll be looking around for a lap here at the Nurburgring GP Strecke circuit with the medical car on the top T-cam, I would say. So this is where, after the last corner, you're gonna plunge down into the straight. It's a pretty long one, and then you go a bit downhill, then into turn, right, just a bit, then into turn 1, which is a pretty tight one, should say. Have some better entry speed going to turn 1, and then that momentum kind of carries on into turn 2 and 3 over here. So then a double left-hander, I would say. Carry a little bit more speed, then turn 4 and 5 over right here, then onto another straight. So class down into the boards, then turn 6 and 7, which is a continuous, I think a big chicane, going to turn 6 and 7, then down into another straight, this time going pretty much downhill. And if any of you wondering when will the championship updates will come, it will eventually come into the next, pretty much in the round number 7 of the championship, which is the second half of the season. So yeah, so have to wait and see what will happen at the race number 7 of the season. So that was turn, I think just turn 8, 9, and then 9, 10 over here. Going to another straight, then turn 11 and 12. Also, it's pretty much similar to, I guess, the last corner, the 9 and 10, because it's the same zigzag back and forth. Then you're going to another straight with a turn heading towards that. So downhill, another straight, turn long right-hander in turn 13. Actually turn 12, sorry. Then into the chicane, probably the only chicanes of like the really small chicanes on the tracks. That's turn 13 and 14, and then rounding off the final corner, we have last corner, the turn 15. So yeah, you're gonna have to carry a bit momentum here, but we'll see what happens. So see what happens for the race itself now. Five straights on. We're underway for round number 5 of the IWTR Rugby Series Season 2. Looks like backers get a pretty good start here. Down into turn 1. Already making the contact there into turn number 1. You can see all the cars are flying through to turn 2 and 3. Still lots of carnage going through turn 1. So, I believe they're going to the straight now, but we have to clear. Yep, there we go, and then back on the racing itself though, and then Harry Jackrow taking the lead after starting on the 2nd place. Back is holding off from Nazari. It plows through into the hairpin. So no signs of trouble there, but very happy. I mean, Harry Jackrow already might have with Adia Backers. Still side by side going through there. Look at Farina making a charging move here on Savak. There's a front blitz trying to go down inside on Dream Master, but couldn't work. There's still Bivona. Right behind Vit. He makes a move. Vit makes a contact only to his teammate. Both of them is not going to be very happy to both of them at all, and we have both of the Red Bulls hitting each other, and then and we have big, huge carnage in the turn 15. That was over to the 5. Let's see what happens in the. So let's have a look first at the Red Bull incident. Oh, seems like he couldn't brake in time. I think he locked up the brakes. It looks like. I don't think there's no investigation from there, but have a look at this. So it and okay, that was a pretty horrendous move there. So he's trying to make a move, I think, on Matthew Falcon on the last corner, but he forgot that there is a wall, probably the guardrails over there, and then he just plows into the guardrail and then pretty much blocking. I think it was. Survive it. Oh, that never mind. That's Straight Master, and now both of them stuck in turn 15. And now you can see that relatively 5. He wants to go into the pits, but he couldn't. His engine's already kind of blowing up of some sort. He goes a small spin on the back, and that is Private Pilch. I think he was spinning out. I don't know what happens right there after the relatively fast incident. So he was happily on board. So he's trying to go for a move on Zani, but then he spun out because of the curbs. But then you can see on the behind that is, I think that was maybe the redhead. So, that's it. The silver, I believe. He's hit the back of Hoshi's, but he loses his front wing on his own. But from Pilch, I mean, he's still going fine. But yeah, as you can see now, Vit and Johnson just Johnson is not even coming out of the pits though. He's still repairing. But Vit's already coming out. He just only have the minor front wing. Actually, a major front wing damage on his car. It's 15 laps on this track, so we would see a lot of actions going on here. That's I said for sure. Deep into, and Liu Bang is there. Tin Anderson goes round the outside of the silver and makes a move up into 6th now. You see now Henry Jack rounds are dropping back quite a lot on that side. Kids might give a room. Alex Zani going down the inside. He makes the move done, but could it be a legal overtakes? I don't know, but Silva into the pits now and moves in. Oh! Falcon, the hit the guardrail. Pretty much a little bit similar to relation to the 5 incidents, but he still hangs on. Let's have a look on board with Matthew Falcon. You can see that Bivona down the inside, banging wheels with him. Keeping a little touch, but that's pretty much an overall clean move there. Let's look at that. Logan Rika battling hard with Frank Pilch, who spun out earlier at the lap number 1. Actually, earlier lap number 2, but so he still hangs on. He's still trying to make up some positions, and there's a side-by-side move for sure, looking for a 2-car move into the hairpin, which Brown's still holding on onto 6th place. That's actually getting some positions on Cohen Jr. There he is. DRS is now enabled to use. So we want to see some great actions here. Look at that Hoshi bringing out of nowhere for the Sauber, and he got DRS. Everyone's going to DRS. What's going to happen? And he's riding over the curves very hardly. Still drops to 4th. He still couldn't make a move. Backers having a great time, but Alex Nazani having a better time. Having a great time in the lead now. He's leading on another lap of the German Grand Prix. So it goes, look at Bivona, he just dive bombs into Panos Reis, but could he pull it off? He pulled it off. What a great dive bomb there for Bivona. Let's have a look at Bivona's great dive bomb there. So he was pretty far behind, but he makes the move done. He stay on white lines, and wow. Marvelous job there for Bivona. You see that pack already bunched up once again. Now, sorry, Petrozan takes the lead off the Grand Prix. I don't know what happens, so I think he'd go round the outside. So, let's see what happens here. So, he was coming from... he's overtaken Bacchus. Still side. And then he's trying to go for a double move. And look at Bacchus just losing a little bit of control. Look at that. What a round the inside move for Petrozan. Bacchus had to try on that, but he couldn't get it done. There is for sure looking down the inside on Anderson, but now he's going to be getting some trouble there on Cesar Cohen Jr. And look at that! Every track right out of nowhere, pull off a 2-car move. So that was there it is. So both of them were fighting. Cohen had to lift off from that, and that gives Asa for sure a little bit of momentum. He overtakes her, but Henry Jack Brown, what a move there for a 2-car moves in 2 corners. It's Slatner worn out, and still no signs of rain whatsoever, even though it looks like we're going to have a rain race. Goes now, and Jack Brown, he's overtakes, I think it was 10 hours of it. Still he couldn't pull off. So behind. see that the clouds over there pretty much moved up, and look at that. For sure, still moves on, and oh, we have a contact on the back. So watch from the replay of it was. What's the contact? Oh, that's Toro Rosso. I think it was Sepp Plebs. I think he banged the bumper with Matthew Falcon. Slits off just a tiny bit. Look at that, Luca Farina's trying to make the advantage from that. And they're still side by side going to turn 2 now, into turn 3. Farina pulled off, but looks like Plebs not giving up just yet. Look at Salva from Pilch. He's looking for a move, but he couldn't get it done. That final race now, it's gone by so quickly. We already about a third of the race went by so quickly, and there's Nizani trying to pull off a move on actually, and oh, right behind Bacchus and Tin Harris in battling position. Oh, but Bacchus lost some momentum. He lost some momentum, and then oh yeah, he lost quite a bit of momentum there. Hoshi makes a move on turn 10. 10 and then 11. What a move around the inside. Jack Brown's coming through around the inside as well on Tin Anderson. He's dropping back to 5th now. But Tin Anderson says, I'm not giving out just yet. He controls down the inside. Move. And he makes. And he's get back up to 4th now. To that Isaac for sure. So, oh, and there's a big crash on the back end. That's Panos Glazos. Oh, and he collided. He collects a Matthew Falcon as well. So what is happening through? I think it might be the same incident as Rally Champion 5. Yes, it is. He tags the guardrail, then he hits. I think there was a Bivona, but he slid himself off. Bivona just gone just fine, but then he collects Matthew Falcon as well. That was Panos. Clearly, that was Panos' mistake there. So he's gonna go into the pits once again. Back on the front, and look at that round the outside move from Hoshi. Makes the move done, and he ups into 2nd place. Anderson still holds up, trying to go for a move, but Nizani still hangs on. So you look at another force in the right behind him, that's Cohen Jr. Cohen Jr. She looks like she's trying to go for a double move. She's right behind teammates now. And oh, Tin Anderson losing the control on the hairpin. Drops down to 4th. Nizani still kept the 3rd position. Look at that. Anderson still going for a move, even though he lost momentum. He recovers that very quickly. I know look at Cesar Coaching around the outside of Nizani, but Nizani goes again for an outside move at turn 11, but still hangs on 4th position. Seems like the sky is getting darker somewhat. There's Nizani still trying to hang on. There's Akati Ravona quietly taking rapid positions up into 8th now. Logan Riga looks like he's going to have a try for move. He's on the outside of Bivona. Bivona down inside on for sure. It's still side by side going to turn 2. He's still continuing to fight, but Bivona urges out in front into 7th place. On the front now, Koichi Hoshi actually taking the lead of the race now from Anderson and Petrozan. Nizani still holds on 5th place. Cohen Jr. looks for possibly her first podium, maybe even her first win. It is possible though, we're only just about halfway through the race. Lap 7 right now, and Nizani losing momentum once again into the hairpin. Close up. Yeah, that's a big one. Oh my goodness, mate. That was a big one. That could cause a safety car, and it is a safety car. So I think the first safety car that we haven't seen for a while. But what on earth happened there? So that's Inzani. Oh my goodness me, and that curve once again showing its potential of breaking these cars. Oh my goodness me. It's literally a carbon copy of Kadish Cooper's accident at the same race, at the same track. And look at that, he collects. Oh, he collects Bivona as well. And that is the first safety. Logan Rica's damage. Look at that. That was a pretty hefty one. He lost both his front wing and his rear wing, but coming from the back and another one, Matthew Falcon. Now he fires on more damage to his car now. Oh, and that's attack from Vit. That's attack from Vit, and the Silver Tail as well. What is happening now? Oh my goodness me! Now on the entry into turn A and 9. Ooh, and Mitch Johnson barely avoids it, but what about this one? Oh yeah, he comes in and attacks. Oh my goodness me, that's probably the deadliest incident that I've ever seen. Oh, actually, Pilch is off. Pilch also retired. So what is happening? What is going on with this race? Oh my goodness me. Oh, he being tagged by Matthew Falcon. And that caused him to break. Oh my goodness me. That should have been a red flag, I would say. Oh my goodness me. Oh, and these guys trying to. Oh, and jeez, and this debris still haven't not clean yet. And here comes Johnson now. You better slow down. Yeah, it is slowing down. That's great news to see. You can see, and Kekagolome just passed through, and yes, it is the first safety car of the day. We haven't seen a safety car in this season for quite a while, if we're being honest. There goes the Silver's out, Nizani's out, Pilge is out. Ooh, that was a total. That's Logan Riga's car shattered in pieces. See all these cars coming through. That's his first safety car. 3 cars wrecked, out and retired from the race. Register 85 as well. I think he's having. Register 85 already retired as well because he has having an engine issue that pulled him out. So that means 4 retirements in this race right now. So now the race is now all wide open now for all of these drivers because the field is going to be bunched up, and that means we're going to get some pretty amazing racing after this. You can see now some of these guys going to the pits, I think, for some tire changes. Oshi, the leader, being optimistic, and he's going to the pits. What tire is he gonna go? They only have 1 lap to catch up with the fields after this, so he's going for. He's still going. I think he's. Oh, he has a damage. I think he has some. No, he didn't have any damage, but. Oh, he's still going with the options. He's still going with the prime tires, which is I think it was a hard tire. And then Harry Jack will do the same. So do as Drake Master. See from utter disaster there, turn 9, turn 10. It's exactly this. I mean, in Nizani's particular, it's literally the carbon copy of Kedix Cooper, who had the injury, had the that accident, literally the same thing, but he flips over, and that caused him probably having a concussion, and that gave him a injury, which pulled him out for after that race. He'd been pulled out for the rest of the season, and eventually being replaced by I think it was I had literally forgotten that. So yeah, 1 lap to go before the safety car go on by. So you can see now the field's stacking up. So we only have 18 cars left on the field. So let's see what happens in the last 6 laps of the race. We only have 6 laps, and oh! Oh, and these guys go into the pits because what a weird strategy these guys thinking. They should have pitted like before. But anyways, we're going green flag. Bivonen takes the lead of the race now. Look at that. Hannes Glaze is looking for a revenge down inside. And he takes 2nd place, and looking for both the Red Bulls still battling each other, but they don't want to have a same deja vu of the first lap. And you can see that both of the McLarens didn't pit as well. I think both of the Ferraris, the Mercedes, and possibly Red Bulls and McLaren. They didn't pit, but didn't pit at all. But now you can see that both the Red Bulls going to the pits, and there's Logan Rieger down inside on the hairpin. But still he's losing a little bit of momentum going into the hairpin. That's what it's always. Going to hope that that wouldn't happen again, but look at that Hoshi right behind. A ding-dong battle with Plebs going down the inside on a Matthew Falcon. You can see on behind here the Jack Brown looking for a recovery drive. Oh, but still it wasn't enough. Drake Master still looks on. Actually here Jack Brown is on the tail end of the points now. So Keko Lone, he might go for a move on this corner, but he wouldn't go for it because it's a very tight chicane. See the other guys, and there's coming both of the Red Bulls into the pits now, and oh, we have the same, 2 more cars, and that's, it's Drake Master. Literally the same issues, but he now, and now we have another calamity at the pit lane. So what is happening? So it was, whoa, he was trying to go for a move. I think it was a Hoshi, a coach. So I think he's gone for Hoshi, but then he hits the guardrail, and then all of a sudden he got and that's another retirement of a race, and there's 10 Anderson. He has to push him off for clear away, and that's his teammate Mihaly Safari. He's just like, what in the world are you doing? And you can see all the cars trying to find ways to go through the wreckage of Drake Master's car. We now have another retirement of the race. Thankfully, no safety cars were thrown out. Yeah, that was Hoshi, who's also spun. Losing momentum for the set flips. And here comes now. Drake Master still walks on. He's looking for trying to defend his positions. Glazers, meanwhile, looking for a move, but look for down the inside of turn 9, sorry, but Riga looking for taking advantage of that move, and he was losing the momentum. Riga now loses the position to Sepp Plebs. Good recovery drive for him. Because now Pavona has to look at his mirrors now. As you look at that, Bannis Glazers going down inside the Thai driver. what? He got to issue a penalty. He had a penalty last race at, I think it was a Spanish Grand Prix. Seems like he's not really being naughty this time around. Goes now and seems pretty much Bivona lost the position, another position to Seplev. You see on behind that is the second pack, which is actually leading the pack. There's still a lot of battle there in the midfield. Glazers takes the lead now. Look at Logan Riga now. Second place, Bivona third, Hoshi fourth. What happened to Seplev? He just spun. Oh! He had a disaster spun there. So goes Seplev, he's trying to go around the outside. And Matthew Falcon also has a spinning. Ooh, but everyone seems to be going fine, no damage to anyone. Surprisingly. We thought that there might be some damage to some of these cars, but they don't, so yeah, they're doing a pretty good sportsmanship there. No mistakes whatsoever on returning to the track. Oh, it looks like another calamity once again. Logan Riga taking the... Oh my... Oh. You can see that Matthew Falcon's trying to avoid his teammate's accident that was happening over there. That curved, literally breaking another car now. So, oh. And then he spuns off. Ooh. But then he returns on the track without knowing his teammates. He was coming through. But then, Galone almost crashed out, but he still hangs on fine. Both of them are fine, but definitely Logan Riga is not. Oh, and another one for Luca Farina, and he's spinning off into the track, and oh my goodness me, that's a very dangerous place to be crashing. Another victim is going into that, but oh, seems like he's only have a minor damage to his car, so that is fine. That's fine for him. And there's Logan Riga into the pit now, absolutely furious with the track. There's a look at Keko alone, looks for a move in for Seplev. There we go now, Bivona going round the outside of Glazers and eventually do the Italian driver. Tremendous job for holding that position, but now it's a Mercedes 3-4 back. Hoshi now looking for some little bit duel for Bivona, but now I don't think it's not going to turn to duel. It's not going to turn to a four-way battle for the lead now. Looks like Hoshi going down the inside. Oh, losing a little bit of momentum, but he keeps it on the track. Eventually he takes on. Glazos going for a move, and now Bivona charges back. A little bit of contact, but still he still holds on. And Bivona going around the outside. Look at Henry Chapman, his teammate going around the outside on Glazos as well. But that makes Glazos drop to fourth now. On our lap 13 of the race now. See on the behind, there's another pack going on as well, another four-way battle, this time for 5th place. Matthew Falcon leading the pack though. Look at that side by side through the line, and it's now 2 laps to go for the race. Bivona side by side with his arch rival Henry Jagground, still going down the inside, and Jagground has the inside lane advantage. More momentum for him to carry. Look at that, Glazers looks to go around the outside. It seems like it's too far for him. Let's see that. Oh, and Mauritia is still going on the points. And Zorik Petuzan is last on the points right now. Look at his teammates. ISAF for sure looking to still try to hold on 11 positions, not letting him by for probably the team tactics for the Lotus team. Cohen Jr. after he been caught up probably in the accident, dropped down to 14th now. Backers, the pole position dropped to 13th now, so yeah, that's not a very good position, I would say. Back on the front though, and Henry Jack Brown actually taking the lead of the race now, and with Hoshi and Bivona and Glazos right behind them, this is gonna be one hell of a battle now at the final lap of the race. As here it goes now, Henry Jack Brown's coming off the final corner, and he's going to pit into the final lap, and that means he might lose his chance of winning the race. Now it's a final lap, 1 lap to go. Henry Jack Brown, he's going to pit on the last lap. So what is going on? What's going on with this race? But still, Hoshi now probably the new leader. And Hoshi loses momentum. He goes off wide, but he tries to overtake Henry Jack Brown. He do. But now Henry Jack Brown's still holding position. So we're playing a little bit of tactics here on Bivona. Bivona's trying to go for a win, but he's being hauled up by Henry Jack Brown. And Pelagazos pulls him out. And now he has a damage on his car now. And that was the most naughtiest things that I ever seen. And Bivona's dropped down to 6th. And there, and of course, and definitely a discussion under investigation for Glazers for dumping Bivona off the circuit. That will be discussed that later in the race. But here it goes, Henry Jack Brown into the pits now, and looks like Hoshi getting a surprise win for the Sauber here at the German Grand Prix. Glazos finished 2nd, but I would say not for long for that incident that happened. Matthew Falcon finished 4th, and then Anderson 5th, Bivona 6th, Clip 7, Cologne 8th, and Pedrozan 9th, Savat 10th, Svit not enough for taking the points though, so yeah, that was quite a disaster for him after the start. That he tangled his teammates, then he couldn't get up back to the point spot. ISAF for sure 12, Bax 13, Cohen Jr. 14th, Johnson 15th, Riga 16th, Farina is 17th, but that's the last points, the last finish of the race. And then you can see that the retirements are Drakemaster, Pilch, Nazani, De Silva, and Religion 35. Your winner of the German Grand Prix, Koichi Hoshi. A surprise win for sure for the Sauber and for him as well. So he made all those things happen. But that was a very unfortunate situation for Henry Jack Brown. And as he going to the pits at the final lap, I think he just ran out of fuel in the final laps. But and there's some interesting discussion, an interesting investigation as well for Henry Jack Brown for deliberately slow down on Acatino Bivona. Well, this could be interesting. So he could be dropped down to, like, he's already having a few, and he should, I would say he should let Bivona by for him to compete with Koichi Hoshi. But yeah, definitely the stewards is going to investigate 2 incidents in this race. Glazos hitting Bivona, then also with Henry Jack Brown, probably like holding up, like deliberately holding up Bivona for not letting him by, even though Brown is going to have lose like all of his fuels. Ooh, lots of drama, lots of actions in this race. So, and you can see that it is Red Dead 5. He lost his engine on lap number 3 of the race. So yeah, that was quite unfortunate for him. So Hoshi takes the win at the German Grand Prix. The first Japanese drivers to do so in this league, though. So yeah, it was pretty much a total carnage in this race. Lots of crashes, including these 3, and fastest laps. I don't really know who got the fastest lap though, but I'll have a look on that later on. So if you like, so that's it for the German Grand Prix for IWTR World Formula Series Season 2 round number 5. Next round I believe we're going to the Magny-Cours. Yes, the French Grand Prix is back on the season. Actually, it's a debut for the French Grand Prix in this league, but also the return of the circuit to Magny-Cours as well. So that's going to be an interesting race, probably a fantastic track as well for Formula 1 and probably in this league as well. So if you like this video or if you like this kind of content, be sure to give a like or give a share or subscribe to the International World Tour Racing channel for more awesome content or awesome races like this. And if you'd like to join this league, I'll put a Discord link in the description below. And that's it for today. I'm your host and your commentator Pauser, signing off for today. Good day.